I bet you didn't think you'd be seeing me this soon. The reason you're seeing me today is it's the 30th, and I'm scheduled to put a video out with a recipe, a soup recipe. This is Souptember, and there is a soup recipe going on every day of September. And I'm pretty sure I'm the last one on the list. I want y'all to wait to the end of my video, if you're able to, because I'm going to put a list, you'll be able to see it, of all the channels that's in this collaboration. Everybody's making some kind of a recipe for soup or stew, and some of them might even be canning it, I'm not sure. But, you know, it's getting that time of year where soup and stews and that comfort food is just really coming back. So what a great way to start the fall with a whole month of all these delicious different soup recipes. So I hope you go to all these channels that I'm going to put up there and you watch their recipes, because I guarantee you these are some of the best cooks on YouTube. And you're going to get some really wonderful recipes. I'm going to be making a creamy lentil tortilla soup. You know, what the highest groceries is, your beans and legumes, your lentils, are so much cheaper than using meat when you're making soup or stews or chilies, or you just need a filler for something. Your lentils they're good in your protein and your iron, and it's just a really good substitute for ground beef especially. Meat is so expensive, and this is a lot healthier for you too. Now, you can make this a vegetarian soup. I'm going to be putting some heavy cream in it, but you can substitute a full fat coconut milk in it if you want to. But I'm pretty sure that everything else is pretty much would make it vegetarian soup. And it's delicious. The tortilla part is that you'll take some crispy little fried up tortilla strips to sprinkle on top of the soup. And it's going to be delicious. So y'all stay with me and let's make my version of creamy lentil tortilla soup. Let's look over our list of ingredients here. I've got 15 ounces of black beans that I rinsed. I've got, let's see, I think this is 12 ounces of heavy cream, but you can use full fat coconut milk. I've got 4 ounces of green chilies chopped up. I've got 32 ounces of tomato juice. Now you can use, this is my home canned tomato juice from about 2 years ago. I've still got some in the pantry. Or you can use something like V8 juice, which is really good for you. Something like that, but there's 32 ounces. I got 15 ounces of diced tomatoes. If you've got something like fire roasted tomatoes, that would be delicious in this recipe. I've got a cup of red lentils. You can use any color lentil that you have. I happen to have several different kinds of lentils, but I'm going to use the red today. And I rinse these. So that's 1 cup. I've also got, that's probably about 10 ounces of frozen corn. Anywhere between 8 to 10 ounces of frozen corn. You can even substitute that with hominy. I absolutely love hominy, and you can substitute that for that. I got my pot here. I've got 1 chopped up medium size purple onion, but you can use any onion that you have. I've got 5 cloves of garlic that I've minced up. And I've also, right here, I've got, that's probably about a half of cup. That's a whole, we're going to say that's a whole medium size roasted red bell pepper. If you do your own, that's wonderful. This is what I'm using, just to give you an idea. They're roasted red, but them right there look orange to me. But anyways, that's probably half a cup or a little more is probably what that is. But I'll be writing this recipe down, and it'll be on my website, and it'll also be down below my video. Of course, you're going to need a little bit of salt and pepper. I've got chili powder, and I've got cumin. And if I'm missing anything, cumin, chili powder, I think that's it. Of course, if there's something you want to add to it, like maybe some oregano, some Mexican oregano or something like that, that would be delicious. I don't have any. But this is what's all going in this delicious soup. It's Frugal. It makes quite a bit. Me and Daniel will be eating on this for several days. And you're replacing your meat with lentils. So that right there is cost effective right there. Healthier for you. Except maybe the heavy cream. Coconut milk's better for you probably, but I'm using heavy cream. That's what's going to give it the creaminess of it. So let's get started on our creamy lentil tortilla soup. Okay, I've got my pot heating over a medium-high heat. I'm going to put a good tablespoon of olive oil. What I really want to do is I'm going to coat the bottom of my Dutch oven there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to saute our onions. And I've got one medium chopped red onion, but you can use whatever kind of onions that you like or what you've got in your pantry. There's nothing that smells any better than onions sauteing and bell peppers. Okay. I'm going to give these a little shush, and then I'm going to saute these for a couple minutes, and then we're going to come back and add a few more ingredients. Our onions have been cooking about 3 to 4 minutes, so I'm going to add our roasted bell peppers and our garlic. And we're only going to let this cook for about a minute. Can you imagine how good it smells in here right now? Okay. I'm also going to, before I forget, I'm going to add a teaspoon of chili powder and a teaspoon of cumin. I'm not going to add salt and pepper at this point. We're going to let all these flavors just infuse together. Not confused, but infused. Man, that smells good. And it is 5 o'clock. Mr. Brown ought to be getting home pretty soon. Now this really doesn't take that long to cook. Once you get everything sauteed and get your lentils and your beans in here, it doesn't take long for your lentils to cook. So that's been about a minute. So I'm going to go ahead And I'm going to add my tomato juice. My petite tomatoes. I'm going to add my corn. My black beans. My 4 ounces of chopped green chilies. And if you like to spice it up just a little bit, put you let's see, about what size would that be? You'd put about 1 to 3 teaspoons of chilies in a adobo sauce is what you would, if you want to just make it a little bit spicier. Now I'm going to add my lentils. Now it doesn't take long for lentils to cook. You can use split lentils or just regular. It doesn't matter. Man, that smells good. And it's looking really good too. Now where we're going to get the creaminess of this from is from our heavy cream, or if you'd rather put full fat coconut milk in it. I'm going to bring this up to a boil. When it comes up to a boil, I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to put my heavy cream in there. Then I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm just going to let it simmer for about 7 to 9 minutes. You just want it to simmer long enough till your lentils get good and done and tender. Okay, it's come up to a slight boil, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put my heavy cream in. First off, I'm going to put a little bit of salt. Just put a little bit of salt. You can always put more in a little bit. A little bit of pepper. And then I'm going to add my heavy cream. And this is what makes it a creamy lentil tortilla soup. And it does make quite a bit. So I'm going to let this simmer for, I don't know, probably another 7 minutes or so. And I'll check the lentils and make sure they're good and cooked. You can see it's getting to look creamy. It's not red anymore. It's got that creamy look. And as it simmers and cooks, it'll get creamier and just a little bit thicker. Our soup's been simmering, and the lentils are good and tender, and they've swelled up a little bit, just like any dry bean that you would cook. And it's even helped thicken the soup up a little bit. I tasted it. I put just a little bit of salt in it. Season it to your taste, but it tastes delicious. Really, really good. Creamy, hearty, with them lentils in it. So what I'm going to do now is I cut up some flour tortillas, and I'm just going to fry my own tortillas up. We really like them this way. It don't take long. There is enough of this soup that it would make me and Mr. Brown several meals. If you got a big family, it's probably not going to go that far, but you could double and triple this recipe. And you could can it, yes. A lot of times when I make beef stew, I'll throw a handful of lentils in there, and it just thickens it up and just makes it that much more healthier for you, and it tastes good. So I'm going to continue to fry these up, and when I get them done, we'll get us some good old soup in our bowl. I'm going to put a little bit of sea salt on my tortillas. It might be 90 degrees here in the hills of Arkansas, but it is fall, so let's bring on the soup recipes. I'm ready. I hope y'all like this recipe, and I hope y'all try it because it is delicious. And I hope y'all go to all these other wonderful channels. These ladies are really good cooks, canners, and they'll teach you a lot of stuff. A lot of recipes, a lot of canning recipes. But this is Souptember, and that's what this collaboration's all about. So, if you'll wait to the very end of this video, I'm going to put up all the names of the other channels. But if you want the link, you'll have to go below my video into my description box to get the playlist link, to click on it and go to watch all these different soup recipes. So when you see these channels and you're not subscribed to them, and you think you might like to get some of the recipes and get to know them, just go over there and subscribe to them and watch some soup recipes and everything else they've got to offer. So I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be 90 here on the hill, but you know what? I have a feeling it's going to cool off one of these days, and we're going to be ready for spring, aren't we? But I'm really looking forward to cooler weather, even cold weather. I'm ready to start a fire in that wood-cooked stove, and all the leaves have fallen, and just smelling the smell of the leaves burning that you burn during the fall, because there's so many that have fell, especially here in the middle of the woods. You have to be careful though, because just like we are right now, we're pretty dry and we ain't had much rain, so you gotta be careful about that for sure. But y'all have a wonderful weekend. Get out and enjoy maybe probably the last several weeks of maybe some warmer weather. Get out there, go to a park, go hike on a trail, go sit by the riverbank, go sit by the lake, go fishing. Do something. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. The good Lord give us all these avenues to enjoy nature and to get out there and share it with your family or by yourself. Just soak it in and love it. That's what we like to do. So we'll see y'all in a few days. Have a beautiful weekend. God loves you. We love you. God bless.